everyone, I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Philip.
And this is Marriage Monday. So this week we are continuing with the series of the 5 things that you need to discuss before you get married. And this week we are talking about sex. The horizontal Macarena.
Riding the flagpole. Shaboinking.
Okay.
Coitus.
I think they get it.
Rough riding. Is that why you have your cleavage out today?
Maybe I'm trying to keep it the subject, you know? I mean, thank you for looking.
When we got married, Chrissy and I were both virgins. We were completely inexperienced. I mean, essentially, I knew I liked her body and everything that I saw and felt, but I didn't really know what to do with it. I had a great time just exploring every time, but for her, not so much.
It hurt. It was a painful experience. Not to get too graphic, it was very painful for me. I didn't know what to do. I had no experience at all. I did not get advice from anyone because I did not want to hear about sex. I didn't want to know about it. And there I was, just the blind leading the blind into a sex ditch.
Our experience went beyond just not knowing really what to do. She didn't know how to put a condom on it. We had talked about birth control briefly, but after using condoms one time, we both decided that wasn't happening.
Nada.
And she didn't want to use, she didn't want to get on the pill because
I didn't want the side effects. I didn't want to be fat and depressed and bald. I didn't want that.
Yeah, her biggest fear was just that she would get just wildly overweight.
That was a fear of mine. Okay, I'm vain. What? So before we got married, we would talk about sex, how we thought it was going to be, how it was going to feel, where we were going to do it, things like that. I thought that I don't know how I thought this, but I thought we were going to have sex 10 times a day. That was what we were working with.
That was a real thought. Like
I legit.
That was her real.
I don't know.
10 times. I mean, maybe you're that dude and you're just 10 timing it.
10 time Timmy.
I knew better.
I really thought that I was going to have sex 10 times a day, and it was just going to be like in the movies. You go and you lay down. It's like, oh, that was great. And then you want to do it again. Oh, that was great. I thought that was going to happen.
The movies.
TV was my influence. I didn't ask anybody that I knew. I didn't ask for advice. So TV was my guide.
So also when we first got married, because again, it was kind of new for us, my approach to it was largely based off what I had seen on TV. For the most part, I made it into a joke, which didn't really work for her, but it worked for me, so I never really changed it. In our marriage counseling sessions, our counselor said that it starts, of course, in the morning, like right when you get up, how you treat her, what you say, how you approach the whole day. I didn't really take that seriously, and I just kind of was like, we're married, we're going to have sex.
Yep.
I don't know. I steamrolled the situation. I didn't put a lot of effort into romance, even though for some reason I did when we were dating. I just
so nice.
I know, right?
You were so
Wasn't
nice.
it so sweet? I know. But I bought the cow, so I get the milk. Anyway, I took that attitude. I took that approach. She's mine now, so I don't gotta put a whole lot of effort, which was the wrong attitude. And to be honest, that's in large part probably
why it was bad.
Why it was probably bad.
Yeah, it probably was. You know what? I thought it was me. I thought there was something wrong with me like the whole time. I'm just like, man, this hurts. I'm a woman. This is supposed to be great. I thought that.
At the same time, I'm not going to take all the blame, even though the lion's share of it rests on my shoulders. But my approach was just not very practiced or romantic.
So Philip and I will make 5 years this year, 5 years married. And it's so amazing to see how much we've grown. And
sexually.
Okay, you can say that. We've grown a lot. So we have 2 kids and our relationship has gotten much better. And I think if I could go back in time and tell myself what to do before marriage concerning sex, I would tell myself to talk to people, get some advice. Don't be so rigid. Educate yourself.
Yeah, don't be so rigid.
It was
You was stiff.
And it was because I denied sex so much. It was just like, no, 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 no for the 8.5 years. It was hard to adjust to saying, hey, it's okay now. Yeah. It's okay.
And for me, my biggest takeaway would definitely be take it seriously. You know, because again, when we were dating, I could be very romantic. You know, I was very concerned and caring and attentive. But once we got married, at least when it came to sex, it was just like, we're married now. This has to happen. So come on. You know, and that's the wrong attitude. Obviously, that's the wrong attitude. But, you know, I did it. So my other takeaway, which I think this is more so for you. Wow. It's like when we first got married, you just, it seemed like anyway, you felt like talking about sex was still dirty. Like,
oh yes,
you couldn't say penis or vagina, let alone call it anything else. You would just get squeamish or, you know, fidgety.
I was very just awkward and nervous, and it's a lot to get used to, especially all the insecurities that come with being a woman, and you don't want to be right, and like coming out in that lingerie, and you're like trying to be sexy, and you start laughing. At least that was how it was for me. It was just like, it was awkward experience.
You remember when you were trying to be sexy? I will leave it alone. She's got a lot better though. Babe, you got a lot better, babe.
Thank you. Thank you for
a lot better.
Thank you.
But I mean, obviously, as I'm sure you've heard, one of the most important things when it comes to sex is communication. And that's why it's important when you say things like penis or vagina or whatever else you want to call it, that you don't get all fidgety, you know, whatnot, because you got to be able to communicate during that experience. If you really want to know what your partner expects or desires, you got to be able to say it. So another thing I think it would be important to discuss would be your body count. What do I mean by body count? So how many people you've slept with? For me personally, if we were in that situation where she had a sexual past or history, I wouldn't want to know. I wouldn't want to know her number. Just spare my feelings, because looking at my wife, I know it's bound to be higher than my number. Okay? I just wouldn't want to know.
For me, you better tell me, okay? I need to know who, when, where, what, because I don't want nobody popping up out the bushes talking about they had you and I got to punch somebody.
I mean,
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm very protective when it comes to Philip. So to wrap it up here, 3 things. You need to get tested. Secondly, you need to have a birth control plan.
Yes.
If you don't plan on having kids right away, have a plan in place.
Yes. And of course, you need to take it seriously and try and be romantic. I would add, instead of fourth thing, I would add that you need to talk about what you do or don't like and be completely honest about it, no matter how freaky or weird it is. So just a quick disclaimer, you know, this topic, sex, there's so many other things, of course, we could have talked about. So there will be other videos where we discuss it in the future. This here was just surface level stuff.
And if you have any other suggestions or comments that you would like to see on Marriage Monday, comment below. Or you can email us at thetolls@gmail.com.
thetolls@gmail.com. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and share this video. You know, maybe there's somebody who you know who needs to see this.
Until next week, I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Philip.
And this is Marriage Monday. Love each other.
Know what you want from me, come in. You ain't gotta go around and whisper in my ear. I know what you want, so dear. Yeah. Your flaws are flawless.